Hey guys, it's me, Dax Moy from Fitness Marketing Made Simple, back with another tribal Q&A from the Fitness Marketing Made Simple group on Facebook. Let's see what the next one is. It's from Gillian Burns, and Gillian says, how do you go from people engaging with you on Facebook and on the blog and having a chat to actually getting them to part with their money? They all say, oh yes, I read that on the blog, it was great, but then they don't take the call to action in it. Yeah, interesting one, right? So how do we get them from engaging with you on Facebook and the blog to actually getting to the point where they give you money? I think it's kind of simple, but simple doesn't always imply that it's going to be easy, okay? It's simple as in there's not a lot to it. There's basically, they come on into your into your tribe, so to speak, or they're at least they're sitting on the outskirts of your tribe. Okay, in other words, they're just having a look at you and seeing what you're offering. I think a lot of it comes down to just being there, kind of being, first off, you're known, right? Then you get liked. How do you get liked? You keep producing material that is of use to them. Okay, once you produce enough material of volume that's of use to them, they start to trust you, and when they trust you, that's when they stick their hands in their pockets. It's a difficult one for most of us, but it's a truth that they essentially, if they're sitting back and they're not putting their hand in their pocket right now, they don't trust you. It doesn't mean they don't like you, right? It just means that they don't trust you. It means that there hasn't been enough evidence for them as to why they should part with their hard-earned cash and give it to you. Okay, so a lot of this is to do that. I think the biggest problem that I've seen from most fit pros is they are so sporadic with their content. They produce something this week and then nothing for a month, and there's something this week. And by the time you get to the end of a year, you'll find that, you know, you'd be lucky if a fit pro has produced kind of 10, 20 different articles and videos. Okay, whereas if you produce one article and video per week, that's 52 of each per year, right? That's quite a lot of content starting to build up. And if you can do this several times a week, you know, 2 or 3, you're looking at 150 odd. Now, if I'm showing up 150 odd times per year in your inbox or on a blog or on a Facebook wall, and almost everything you see, or hopefully everything you see from me, is of interest to you and it's useful to you, and say, wow, I could really use that. That's building a relationship, because relationships are largely about frequency of contact. And the biggest mistake most fit pros make is they keep telling themselves the story that they're too busy to do the videos, they're too busy to do the articles, they're too busy to do the Q&As. Okay, this evening I've just set aside time. I asked for a whole bunch of questions, and I've come up to my room. I'm recording this live into YouTube. I'm not doing any video editing, because I want to produce a lot of content. I think this is my 6th video right now. Okay, 6 in a row. And they're averaging somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes. So I'm just kind of sitting down and saying, I'm going to dedicate an hour to creating all this content, putting it out, and it gets done. Okay, but by the end of this hour, I'll have done about 10, 12 videos. That's a lot more content than many personal trainers will do in an entire year. Certainly a lot more content than even a lot of the higher performing ones will do in a month even. Okay, produce content, and it's your content production that makes a person decide that they're actually going to kind of take the next step and give you some cash. Okay, if you just keep disappearing off the scene, I call it push the button, right? You're looking for a way to push the button every day. Imagine if for, all right, maybe not 365 days a year, but kind of if for 300 days per year you push the button on something, you uploaded some form of content, something, even if it's a push-up tutorial, even if it's a squat tutorial, right? Took you 2 minutes to upload, but you were there. You spoke about a new vitamin supplement that was out. It doesn't really matter what it is in many respects, as long as it's of value to your particular client base. If you were doing that on a daily basis, you do that 300 times a year. That's 300 introductions I've made. Imagine if we were like going to parties, or if we were going on a social event. Like if I've met a person 300 times, do you think I know them, like them, kind of trust them, that I feel good in their company? Probably, right? If I actually have only met you 50 times this year, okay, I know you a lot less than the person who I've met 300 times. If I know you like 12 times this year, because mostly you don't produce content, mostly what you do is you throw out some buy my shit messages, as opposed to you put out real content that I can use, then I'm not developing the opportunity to trust you. Okay, so I think in many respects, it's as simple as that, Gillian. I think you show up as often as you can with good, valuable content that the person says, wow, this person really knows their stuff. And I think it's that simple. So I hope that was of use to you. If you've got any other questions, just pop them below and I'll do my damnedest to answer them. You take care.